how did you get started in naturism or naturist or clothes free living? What's your clothes free living story?
It's been so long ago that I honestly don't remember. I mean, I was really very young, and it's just been so long ago I don't remember. But what I'll say is this, Earl: whenever it seemed like a good idea, wherever it seemed like it would be okay, I was naked, and that became an issue more. It became more of a topic than it was a problem. It is that when you're not an adult, right. People don't think much of it. And so I got mocked a little bit, but nobody cared. For instance, as a young child, maybe 7 years old or something, I was naked in the yard. I'd run through the water sprinklers, stuff like that. But we were playing, we were having fun, and it didn't mean anything, And my parents were okay. They thought, hey, get some clothes on. But I guess probably I was maybe 15 or 16. I ventured out to it was a place, I think. This was a place in California. I mentioned running in the yard. I did that in Ohio, where I was born. But when I got to California, there was a place along Ventura, the Ventura Freeway, that I went over to see. I'd heard about, and it was a good place, and it was a good time. So I was naked out there, and I guess for areas that are sanctioned or set aside or frequented, for skinny dipping in that, I guess that would be maybe the first place I went. And this was back in 1977 or 78, I think. So it's been a while. And then since then, I've just kind of gone every place I could go. And there have been a few places, but it's just been so much, and it's been so long that I don't know. Just any place is a good place, really.
Okay.
And if you can do it without any trouble.
Right. Well, that's great. Now, tell us about your musical background. Do you play instruments? Do you write your own songs? Do you? How do you get your music together? Tell us about what your musical background is and how you got into producing naturist-focused music and videos.
I can read a little bit of music. I can play a little bit guitar, a little bit keyboard, but I don't perform on the tracks. I can to give a studio musician an idea, of what I'd like to happen with the instrument. So I'm not an instrumentalist. For the most part, I'm a lyricist. So I can write these songs. And this is an incredible thing. If it's a situation I've experienced, I can sit and write about it, and it doesn't take very long at all. It just comes flowing to me. I've written songs for a theme, and that too is very easy. I guess it's conceptual. If you have it in your thought process and then you're putting it to words, it just happens. So it's really incredible how easy that comes to me, and I'm happy for that. The melody actually kind of happens simultaneously. It comes together, I think, depending on how the lyric is cut. But that's the process. I mean, it's not a big deal for me.
Well,
and,
let's listen to that, the output of that process with another one of your songs, I'm Real.
Okay. That was a hard one to sing. I remember. In fact, they're all hard to sing for me. I'm not a vocalist. I just, I just kind of hack it out and we end up with a song,
Big topic for the gossipist. Big deal, I'm always out like this. I'm real, I'm raw, I make the call. Someday some law will let us live the way nature intended it, and we all can get on happily when we all can get on naturally. Nature is law that says it all. Been called a revolutionist when I sing to a crowd like this. I'm just another catalyst for many budding naturists. I'm real, I'm raw, I make the call. They say they saw the way we live, just like nature intended it, and we all can get on happily when we all can get on naturally. Nature is law that says it all.
If you're just tuning in, we are talking with Ton Dou, musician, lyricist, and songwriter, and bare body freedom activist. So where can folks find your music for purchase, Ton Dou?
ReverbNation.com /Ton Dou, TONDOU. But Earl, if anyone goes to tondou.com, TONDOU.com, they'll find links to pretty much everything I'm doing.
That's excellent. Do you have a favorite? I want to play of the songs you sent us to use for the show. Do you have a favorite out of that, or did I already blow your favorite?
No, you haven't. And I don't know what the favorite song is. I really don't. They really all are experiences. Most of them are about experiences, and they're all good. And so they're just stories, really. I think musically, maybe I like Whole Day Noon. I like that song. I like it musically. I like Nature Zones.
Well, let's play Nature Zones for our listeners.
Oh, okay.
Within your reach are nature zones, along a beach or just at home. Whether you seek to be alone or in a group, there is a nature zone. The mental space that is your own, the body that tags along is looking for a way to roam in a complete and total nature zone.
Listening to Nature Zones by our guest today, Ton Dou, musician, songwriter, artist, videographer, bare body freedom activist. And Ton Dou, we have a question from one of the folks in our chat room on our show today. It's actually our contributing editor over at closefreelife.com, Huntony Hart, and she asks, what artists have inspired you?
You know what? I'm happy for that question, and I'll tell you this. Here's what I want to say about that. I always wondered, why maybe the Beach Boys, John Lennon, maybe I don't know. I always wonder why those guys hadn't gone this route. Why they just hadn't produced songs about about bare body freedom. And I thought they're going to do it. They're going to do it, but it never happened. And I think I understand why. I don't think their careers might have done as well. Maybe, I don't know. On the other hand, maybe they could have done a lot better. But probably musically, I like the Beatles. I don't know. I like all the good artists. I hear it. I hear their unique work, and I think, yeah, that's great. It's good work. There are a few people that I don't like. I like a lot of music. So, but what I do with my ability, and it's not tailored to any specific artist. I open my mouth and I try to sing, and it just comes out sounding the way it sounds. And the music I give the producer to play. It's just what I think works with the song. So, but that's without influence from any particular artist. I like a lot of artists, and I like a lot of music. But so there's not any real influence. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard David Bowie. That I think people hear a little David Bowie or something, and that's a compliment, really.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Honestly, I wondered if anybody else picked that up, but that's exactly who I think of. In terms of not just stylistically, but your vocal patterns, feel a lot like that, and which I think is a great thing. I think that's really
it's
cool.
A great thing. I'm happy about that, and again, it's a compliment to me. I like David Bowie, but none of that is deliberate. I mean, I don't try to do that. I just I try to sing, and it comes out that way.
You're just you, right?
It's just me, yeah. And it's not all that great, really. I've been told, but it's fine. It's all I can do. I just do my best.
Well, let's listen to another cut from Ton Dou, I Bear.
Everywhere appropriate to. I use outerwear where I need to. If I don't need anything covering me, I just want to go naturally. I bear without a care at the retreats. I find others there are friendly to me. Sometimes there is that occasional stare. Sometimes there is that no matter where. Somewhere out there I go. I bear an ocean air at naturist beaches. I find peacefulness my spirit seeks. There's no better day than one of peace. There's no better way than naturally. I bear through the night while I am asleep. I'm out like a light, peaceful and deep. There's no better way than this for me. I bear night and day, obviously. Somewhere out there I go.
Listening to I Bear by writer, artist, bare body freedom activist Ton Dou, who is our special guest today on the Clothes Free Living Update. This has been just fantastic. It's something I've been looking forward to for such a long time. And there will be links to where you can purchase the music and so forth in the show notes that are on our website, closefreelife.com. If you know someone who you think would be disappointed they missed this live broadcast and our interview with Ton Dou, then let them know that you can listen to the recording